talents are probably as old as humanity itself. The last wave of interest in this topic was prompted by the comic books about Batman, Phantom, and Superman created in the 1930s. Viewers around the world have fallen in love with the Marvel heroes from new movies. However, in real life there are also people with unusual abilities. Of course, they are not able to fly through the sky like the Avengers and turn back the clock. But nevertheless, they also have something to surprise everyone. We tell the stories of these people, and this is far from all the known. And if the video gets a lot of likes, we will film a second part for you. You're on the Worth Know channel. Let's get started. Swordmen. Isao Machi is called the fastest modern samurai. About how skillfully he owns a katana, that is, a battle sword, even scientific articles have been written. The master of martial arts, Isao Machi, once again got into the Guinness Book of World Records. To establish a record, special rolls of soaked straw were required. In density, they are identical to bones. In 1 minute, Machi hit 87 in a sheath with a sword. This achievement is unlikely to be repeated by anyone. Now people who own Japanese katanas can be counted on the fingers. And Isao is the best among them. But Machi's most amazing achievement can generally be called fiction, and it is documented. The master was able to cut a plastic bullet flying at a speed of 320 kilometers per hour. Moreover, at the time of the shot, Isao's sword was in its scabbard. By the way, experts claim that human vision is not able to keep track of the flight of a bullet. This means Japanese skill is based on amazing reflexes. Saw the world in sounds. When the boy was 2 years old, he was given a terrible diagnosis: retinal cancer. Doctors had to remove both eyes of Ben. Ben Underwood was an ordinary teenager. He led an active lifestyle, loving to play football and basketball with his friends, ride a bicycle and skateboard, as did most of his peers. For the most part, the boy was the same as the rest. Of course, the question arises of how Ben could play football or ride a bike if he does not see anything. Echolocation became a true friend of the boy, a special technique that dolphins, bats, and some birds usually use. He made sounds with his wand as he moved. They bounced off the surface and seemed to show him the objects that were nearby. Underwood could easily distinguish between a bin and a telephone box and so on. He literally saw the difference between parked trucks and cars. His story is unique. The whole point is that he lost his sight, but in an amazing way, he managed to live like other people. Agree, he deserves a repost. Magnet Man. Lu Tao Lin has the unique ability to attract metal objects, each of which weigh up to 2 kg, and hold on his body a total of 36 kg. Scientists from the Malaysian University of Technology did not find magnetic properties in Lu's body, but found that his skin had some sort of suction properties. This is what they contribute Lin's ability to. The amazing properties of the skin were also inherited. Both Lu's son and his 2 grandchildren have a rare gift to stick objects to themselves. The man who ate the plane. No, this is not a joke. Such a person really exists. His name is Michel Lotito. He was born in France in 1950, and already at the age of 9, his very strange features began to appear. Once, he drank water from a glass. The glass broke, and Michel decided that he certainly needed to eat the fragments, which he immediately did. Friends did not believe Michel, who spoke about this incident with the glass, and then, as proof, he ate a whole glass bottle. Since then, his public life began, and fame came to him. Michel ate various objects in public and earned this money. During the day, He ate about 900 grams of metal in total. In total during his lifetime, he ate more than 9 tons of metal. 15 trolleys for a supermarket, 18 bicycles, 7 TVs, a pair of skis, and even a Cessna 150 aircraft. It took him 2 years to eat the air transport. Very sharp eye. The German has the world's most keen eyesight. Veronika Sighter, which recognizes faces at a distance of more than 1,600 meters. This is 20 times higher than the average visual clarity in humans, and about 2 times falls short of eagle vigilance. The eagle sees prey from a distance of 3 kilometers. On a piece of paper the size of a postage stamp, Veronika can write text that would fit on 10 handwritten pages. In addition, the girl distinguishes much more shades than the average person. At the time of the recording in 1972, Veronika was 21 years old. Thanks to her superpower, she could become a sports star, pilot, astronaut, or miniature painter. But Veronika chose the more prosaic profession of dentist for herself. Strongman. Joseph Rollino's life was long and eventful. He was born into a large family of Italian immigrants in Brooklyn, a not-so-friendly area in New York. With very modest dimensions, a height of 165 centimeters and a weight of 68 kg, Rollino, as it turned out, had absolutely fantastic physical strength, capable of knocking a cow down with his fist. The American was considered the strongest man in the world once he raised 1,452 kilograms. Had on one finger, Rollino could hold 260 kilograms. The man lived up to 104 years, and even in these advanced years he could bend a coin with his fingers. A man with a phenomenal memory. Daniel Tammet of Britain has a phenomenal memory. He is able to solve mathematical examples faster than a computer, and also reproduce up to a second an event that happened years ago. At 4 years old, Daniel suffered a severe seizure of epilepsy, after which, in his brain, some changes presumably occurred that affected mental abilities. Since then, Daniel has become able to make complex calculations in his mind, operating with numbers consisting of more than 100 characters. For example, divides 13 by 97, determining about 100 characters, without straining the mind. On March 14, 2004, Daniel broke the European record by reproducing 22,514 decimal places of pi in 5 hours and 9 minutes. Tammet knows 11 languages. In addition, he himself invented a new language, Manti, whose grammar is similar to Finnish and Estonian. Unique centarian. In 1933, a man died in China who is called the oldest in the world. Ching-yun claimed to have been born in 1736. According to other information, he was born in 1677. Thus, the long liver could live 197 or even 256 years. The secret of his longevity is considered to be that he worked with medical herbs all of his life, and also talked with certain centarians who taught him the practice of bazugan, qigong gymnastics, and also gave him advice on nutrition. Megaphone woman. Annalisa Flanagan has the loudest voice in the world. She can scream with a volume of 121 decibels, which is comparable to a musical concert or the sound of a jet engine. Surprisingly, Annalisa works as a primary school teacher, and it seems that absolute silence reigns in her lessons. Communicating with animals. Kevin Richardson, a South African behavioral zoologist, seems to have learned to speak to animals in their language. Lions and hyenas do not attack him, but even seem to consider him a member of their flock. Kevin admits that when communicating with animals, he most of all trusts his intuition. But he admits that his work is dangerous and that there's no need to repeat it. Hand warmer. A group of Tibetan monks known as Tumo monks attracts the attention of visitors from around the world with their ability to enter into deep meditation. While concentrating so much on the heat of their body, the temperature rises to an incredibly high level, for which there is no scientific explanation. One Kung Fu and Tai Chi master improved his ability even further. This is the great master Zhao, and he is a healer of Qigong. Qi, in a word. Qigong is translated as heat, and this is a central element of the glory of the great master. He can concentrate heat in his hands, and then soothe pain and ailments by applying the palms to the patient's body. Thanks to his abilities and fame, they began to call him the Treasure of China. Skeptics and scientists conducted research with the participation of the great master Zhao, and could not find any scientific explanation for his abilities. According to Zhao, his strength is the result of his ability to use Qi energy through meditation and concentration, focusing on his palms. The heat radiated by his hands had the temperature of up to 202 degrees Fahrenheit, at 94.44 degrees centigrade, which was confirmed by thermal imaging. In addition, he is known for his amazing ability to hold his body weight on one sheet of paper. Truly a superhuman. Such amazing superheroes live among us. Imagine how cool we would live if everyone had such abilities. From all of the above, I would choose the ability to see at a great distance. What ability would you like for yourself? Write comments, share the videos, and remember to enable notifications. We are already working on a new video for you. Bye!